or jobs for people who need them. We need to be able to help businesses to make a profit so that they're able to work within the community as well. And then encouraging people in the community to shop in our stores, because a lot of them go outside of the community, and it's important for us to support local. So, thank you.
I'm very pleased to hear that we all agree that social issues and economic issues go hand in hand. We really do have to address both in order to move the needle for everyone. Living wages are a really important thing for members of our community. We have a lot of jobs, they're going unfilled. We have to figure out how to meet the needs and help people pay rent. That's not something that is thriving in our community right now. And as inflation and housing costs continue to rise, people have struggled to access transportation, especially our low-income families. I've worked with many parents who have to choose between a day job or a night job, supporting their children and being there or not. Students with social and emotional needs, their parents have to choose between accessing mental health services during working hours. There's a lot of choices that families have to make that we don't always see. So this care is not just about jobs, but it's about really creating pathways and support structures that enable people to work and care for themselves and provide for their families. Child care is another major factor in that. Families and caregivers with small children often have to choose between ever-growing child care costs or a job. And so we are really putting a lot of our families in forced choice situations, and it looks like a lack of motivation at times, and to our public that is sometimes our rhetoric, and that is not the case. We have a university in our town. It doesn't always show. There's a lot of opportunities that other cities do that we could model and look to for bringing in parents, visitors, creating more events with them. We also don't have a lot of hotels and places to stay. And we're pretty uniquely situated in White County and between a lot of other cities. Newburgh is growing, Newville is growing. Forest Grove has kind of stayed the same. We have businesses turnover, we have new businesses open and close. How do we keep businesses open and keep them growing? I want to work to answer all these questions and help us out from multiple angles.
Like my colleagues, I believe that the two go hand in hand as well. When we invest in each other, in high-quality education, healthcare, help our vulnerable communities, we attract new businesses and investors to our community. And in turn, they create revenue, the city creates revenue, which then can be used for social services. So there's definitely that interconnected relationship and reciprocity between the two. I believe that we should use our DEI plan, which is our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Master Plan, to connect those shared values that support social and economic prosperity, weaving together equity, inclusion, accessibility, community engagement, education, workforce development, infrastructure, and sustainability. Balancing social issues with economic prosperity requires developing the capacity to lead collaboratively, to work across sectors. The partnerships the City of Forest Grove has developed and maintained has helped our community address social issues and economic prosperity. A few examples of partnerships we have and that have helped both socially and economically are partnerships with Adelante Mujeres, West Tuolumne Habitat for Humanity, the Forest Grove Foundation, the Chamber, the Forest Grove School District, and our Senior Center. Thank you.
These are awesome. Right.
Yeah, no, it's the right. Your military right.
Okay, question number 2. And again, you'll get 2 minutes each because it's so. How will you promote civic engagement among the younger generations in Forest Grove? And we will start with Mariana.
Thank you, Juanita. Civic engagement comes from having a relationship with the city, a personal connection that that makes you feel that it matters. What happens in the city does matter to you. And that kind of engagement results in being involved in the city's activities and decision-making processes, because those activities and decisions do matter to the people. And you know, I have a lot of things written down in my responses, but I also like to say things that are not written down. And you know, the sense of community is immensely important. We're not a bunch of islands scattered through the universe. We live in a community for a reason. We need each other. And we have to create those connections with each other, and particularly reach out to our young people. Because that's when they will participate. For example, as the Director of Community Partnerships at Centro Cultural, in 2018 I asked if we could create a leadership program for the high school kids. And Centro, being Centro, said, of course, Mariana, go ahead. And now we have the Climate Justice Leadership Program that do a lot of great work. The first cohort, they're all in college now. And I am immensely proud of that work. Also teaching for over 30 years, I feel really connected to the young people, to that new generation that are living the best years of their lives, building their dreams. And listening to them is what we need to do. That way they can connect and feel that it does matter. We can all bring positive change to our city to build healthy and sustainable communities.
Well, for me, an island girl is always an island girl to where dancing is my life. Dancing to where we teach young generations how to do the hula, the Tahitian dance, the Tongan dance, there's all kinds of dance. For the city of Forest Grove, the way that we can promote engagement in our younger generations, we have Pacific University here. I believe in 1991, I took a job at the YMCA. Everybody knows the YMCA is where they offer a variety of programs within means that families are able to afford to apply for these programs. For the city of Forest Grove, we have so many parks here, but not enough activities. We have so many land here in Forest Grove that are not being utilized to bring in more programs for our younger generation. After-school programs are very important for the younger generation. Teach them about the mind, body, and soul. It's where you listen, you teach, and you learn how you are going to be successful in life. For me, bringing in new programs for Forest Grove, see what the budget is all about, what the guidelines that we can offer these programs, and utilize what we have in Forest Grove to grow our community. It's a beautiful, I think a question was asked, how do you tell a person that doesn't know about Forest Grove? My first answer was, well, you look at the flag, we have the biggest flag there is in Forest Grove. That's how we tell about Forest Grove. But when you look around, the neighborhood, your family, all the friends, and all the vendors that are in here, if we work together as a team, listen to the mayor, whoever's going to be the mayor, the city council, and come up with programs that families can afford. Babysitting, I used to teach a babysitting program for the YMCA. It works very well. Thank you.
So to answer the question, how will you promote civic engagement among younger generations? It's simple, you have to give them the opportunity. They need opportunities to be involved, to see government in action. They, currently, I believe we already have students who sit on commissions in our city. I would definitely encourage more of that, being more involved in our commissions, in our community with projects, with hearing and listening to their voices. I think we can all say that government moves really slowly, right? It takes years sometimes to develop and come and see a plan come to fruition. If you want to be successful with the youth, you have to set them up for success. You have to involve them in projects where you not only just listen to what they have to say, but you value what they have to say and you implement that. Give them something that they can see a difference made in a short term, right? Because it's really hard to stay engaged when you come, you give an idea, and then you see it years down the line. Working with our high school students all the time, we constantly talk about what they're doing, about their lives, and they have some wonderful insight that we as a city council can learn from. Another thing I'd really like to see is us as a city council go into the college, the university, hold a city council meeting there every once in a while. Go into our high school, let them see us, have listening sessions, be there where they're at, meet them where they're at. They have a lot to offer, but we have to listen and we have to set them up for success. Thank you.
So anyone who knows me knows that children in our community is my passion. I can talk for hours on it, but since I have 2 minutes, I'm going to say that civic engagement among younger generations, we must first offer programs and services to our younger residents that will help them build a sense of community. This would include expanded sports, art, dance, theater, and music programs, as well as centers for youth and family activities. I'm a moderator on the Forest Grove community page, and I'm also on a few other Forest Grove pages. And the #1 thing we see, especially May timeframe, June timeframe, is that there's nothing for our kids to do. And if you talk to our kids, they are craving community. They want to be involved in things. I believe, and my number may not be correct, but I think there's 7 committee spots open for youth from the high school. I know Mr. Kirkman is working on filling those spots right now, and I encourage that. And the other thing I want to say is Troop 213, that is a troop here in Forest Grove, Boy Scout troop or a scout troop.